And today we learned some new details about the investigation into that mass shooting. Police gave another update from Tumbler Ridge earlier, and Dan Burrett was following along with that. Dan, there were a lot of questions that were asked about the shooter and how the shooter got a hold of the guns. So what did we learn?
We still don't know exactly how the shooter got a hold of these guns, but 4 guns are involved, according to the RCMP's deputy commissioner. Dwayne McDonald says the shooter left 2 guns at her house and used a shotgun, one of those 2, to kill her mother and half-brother there. McDonald says police never seized that particular weapon. 2 other guns were later found were used to kill the 5 students and the educational assistant at Tumbler Ridge Senior Secondary. McDonald says the gun believed to have caused what he calls the most significant damage was never seized either. Police also clarified that one of those guns found at the school was a modified rifle, not a handgun, and they're still trying to figure out how that shooter got a hold of that gun. The deputy commissioner notes that the shooter's mother, Jennifer Strang, held a valid possession and acquisition license for firearms, but there were no firearms registered to it. As for the shootings at the school, McDonald says it does not appear the shooter had specific targets in mind.
In speaking with investigators, there was no specific targeting of any individuals. This suspect was, for lack of a better term, hunting. They were prepared and engaging anybody and everybody they could come in contact with.
And the other thing that they did at that press conference was talk about pictures of the shooter, the fact that there have been some that have circulated that are not of the individual
that
they believe responsible. And so they have gone ahead and released an image of the shooter that they
That's right, and we're going to show that to you now. This is the RCMP verified image that they want to show of 18-year-old Jesse Van Rootselaar. 18 years old, you see the name there. This is the image that they've shared because somebody in Ontario with a very similar name to Jesse Van Rootselaar, police say, was wrongly targeted online. They want to make sure that that doesn't happen again and are cautioning the media as well as members of the public from sharing misinformation and disinformation, saying it can have an impact. The RCMP also shared more about what happened inside the school and how the Mounties responded.
There was somebody that either leaned out or shouted out a window to our officers. The suspect is upstairs, he's upstairs. They entered the school, immediately went to the stairwell, proceeded to go up the stairwell, and were met with gunfire inside the school. It was a matter of seconds after that. There was more gunfire, not as we know now, having reviewed video directed at any persons, and then ultimately the suspect took their life. I can say with confidence that from the moment the suspect encountered police, there were no further injuries to any other students in the school.
Now, as for the school itself, police have been dealing with that, trying to complete that investigation. But McDonald warns that it is incredibly complex and incredibly traumatic. They're trying to get that done. It may take longer than the weekend, but they recognize that they want to be able to get out of there as soon as possible so students and the community can get back in. They're saying that's what they need to do, and the RCMP say they're trying to speed that up.
Okay, Dan, thank you.
You're welcome.